consider subscribing.
The next question is, Assalamu alaikum. What is the ruling on image stored on phones or computers without being printed? These images are not fixed and cannot be shown except by means of equipment such as phones and computers.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Images are of two types. A type that you create. So if I get my pen and I start drawing something, whether on my iPad or on a piece of paper, I am creating it, whether electronically or actual drawing. This is one of the major sins in Islam. The Prophet said, alayhi salatu wassalam, أشد الناس عذابا يوم القيامة المصورون. The most severely tormented segment of people on the day of judgment are those who draw, whether pictures or make statues. The word is al-musawwirun, anyone who makes images. And this refers to 2D and to 3D. 3D, there's no difference of opinion among scholars. They all agree that making statues, sculptures of living creatures such as humans, animals, fish, birds, insects, all of this is totally prohibited and haram and falls under this threat of the Prophet ﷺ. 2D, meaning drawing on a piece of paper, is an issue of dispute. The majority say it is included in the prohibition and it is also haram. So this is category number one of image making. Category number two is taking an image that I have no influence over, like snapping pictures. When I snap a picture of myself and put it on Twitter, and I get people asking me on Twitter, Sheikh, what's the ruling on snapping photos? Question mark. And then he continues to say, and if it is permissible, haram, why are you posting your picture? Are you asking me? So you ask the first question, I understand, I'll answer you. But then you start attacking me and saying, why do you do this? No, you should use your common sense. If I post my picture, this means that I think and believe it's halal. Unless you think of me as a hypocrite and you want to expose me to the people by asking such a very, very stupid question, with all due respect then. So assuming that you're asking the first question only, when I take a photograph, am I creating something similar to Allah's creation? Like a person drawing a portrait. So I get someone painting, Da Vinci, for example. When he comes and draws the Mona Lisa, that was a real person. You look at the paintings, wow, this is nice. Is this Allah's creation? Is this the Mona Lisa itself? No, he's mimicking, he's imitating. And this question, in this case, this person is among those who will be tormented on the day of judgment. The Prophet said, alayhi salam, part of their torment is Allah would order them to give life to such portraits, to such drawings, to such animations, and they won't. So they will be tormented by it. Allah will put life in it and it will torment them in hellfire. So when you take a picture or a photograph, you're not imitating the creation of Allah. Because if I see my photo and someone says, what is this? People would say, this is you, Sheikh. So this is the creation of Allah. It's like when someone says, can you sign this check? And I sign the check. And he goes and makes a Xerox copy out of it. And he brings the original and the Xerox. And he says, whose signature is this? On the Xerox. Would I say, it's not mine? Mine is on the check. This is not mine. Or would I say, this is my signature? So when we take photos, we do not imitate or replicate the creation of Allah. This is the creation of Allah. It's like looking into a mirror, a reflection of light. So this is me, but what you see on your mobile screens or your computer screens, fear Allah. This is not the creation. This is Sheikh Asim. It's the same things, the same features, the same person. So when we come to image making, keeping the photos of people on your mobile phones or on your PDAs or on your computers is fine, with the exception of two things. Photos of women, grown-up women, and photos of deceased. Why, Sheikh? These are the creation of Allah. I know. It is not permissible for women to be photographed or filmed unless there's an urgent need for that, such as documents for an ID card or a passport or the likes. But why, Sheikh? Because women are bound or are obliged to wear the hijab, and exposing themselves on a camera or a mobile phone or a computer defies the purpose of hijab. Sheikh, I'll be the only one looking at it. It's my own photo, or it's my wife's photos, or if my daughter's photos. I'm the owner of the device. I know, but you know, if you have the knowledge, that any electronic device, whether a camera or a mobile or a computer, even if the hard disk was formatted, everything was erased, resetted to the factory defaults, it can still be retrieved. And I have encountered this myself with totally formatted and erased laptops being restored and retrieving all the photos, private photos, family photos of people who sold their laptop as a second-hand device after being ensured that everything was erased. It can never be erased. So this is why we tell sisters, and they hate this, I know, but this is what we believe that Allah Azza wa Jal would want you to do, according to the knowledge that we have. And also keeping the photos of the deceased is not permissible, because scholars say that the origin of shirk started from that, from building statues over the people that belonged, the righteous people that belonged to the people of Nuh. And after the generation was over and gone, they started worshiping that, and shirk started from that. We know that families, after the death of their father, go to the portrait hung on the wall after a few years and speak to the father. Oh, daddy, I wish you were here to help us solve the problems. Our brothers are fighting over the inheritance and the property, and we are in real big troubles. Where are you, daddy? And they're speaking to the dead. And without doubt, this is form of shirk. So this is, in a nutshell, what I believe, and Allah Azza wa Jalla knows best.